Hey gang, and welcome to another Animal Crossing video. I'm Crossing Channel, and within the latest update for Animal Crossing New Horizons, we got a whole bunch of really cool new holdable food items which our player can even consume, and these were all really great. But what's really interesting is that some other interesting holdable tools were actually introduced within this latest update that you might not know about. There are 3 that come to mind specifically, and they're all incredibly interesting and unique. So I wanted to take a look at these 3 new tools which are introduced in the latest Animal Crossing update and see what you can do with them, when you can get them for yourself, and more details that you need to know. So let's jump straight into this. So for the first tool, we have the Holdable Lantern, which sadly you can't quite get yet. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer to get, as it will come out in November as a new seasonal item as a part of the Lantern Festival seasonal holiday. But when you do, it's a really great one to get your hands on. Now, sadly, you can't actually do anything with this, so it doesn't work like some of the other tools in the game where, it has a practical use, but it is really cool all the same. And one thing that I really love about this new Holdable Lantern is that it actually comes in a ton of different versions. You can customize it to have a lot of variety. There's some with stars, one with a moon, one that's stained glass, one with suns, one with geese, and one with leaves as well. So there's a lot of variety, and it will light your way at night. It won't give a dramatic light increase, so if you're expecting some kind of huge torch that would illuminate everything, sadly it doesn't quite work that way, though that would be really cool. But it definitely does look really great, and it has some pretty cool physics as well. When you're kind of moving around, it'll kind of wobble about, because obviously it is just made out of paper or cardboard or something. So as you can see my character dancing here, the lantern will kind of flail around as you move, which is really cool. So this is definitely a really great item that I think a lot of people are going to want to get their hands on. I know a lot of people have seen this one already, and I'm sure they want it, so I thought I'd give you more details on how you can get it for yourself. Sadly, you are going to have to wait a little bit longer if you do want to get it within the game, unless you trade with a player who maybe has a treasure island. But if you don't want to do that, you will have to wait a little bit longer to get your hands on this item. But when you can, I definitely think it's worth it. It's one of my favorite holdable items that you can get in New Horizons. And I know that technically speaking, it's not a tool in the sense that, say, a shovel or a net is, but it is one of your tools in Animal Crossing New Horizons. It'll appear in your tool ring, and when you swap between tools, it'll also be one that you can access, just like everything else on this list. Now, another tool that you can get in the latest Animal Crossing New Horizons update happens to be one that appears during Halloween, and this is the Spooky Treats Basket, which is actually a brand new DIY recipe that you can get from your villagers throughout the month of October. And you're going to need orange pumpkins and candy to actually craft this. This is a brand new item introduced for Halloween, and I think a lot of people kind of suspected that maybe this one shouldn't have been in this update, but it's here and you can get it and craft it for yourself. You can time travel ahead to Halloween and get it right now, so it's not even time locked. You can literally go straight ahead and get this brand new tool, which again is very similar to the lanternware. It doesn't really have a practical use, but it is really great and cute to hold around. And who knows, maybe this Halloween we will actually see our villagers holding them as well, which definitely would make a lot of sense given the candy trade that goes on in Halloween in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So this is definitely a really neat new item. I like it a lot. It is a shame that it doesn't have a practical use. I definitely think there's a lot that they could have done here, and this one could have actually had a really cool use. Maybe even if you could just hand out candy through it or store candy within it. Of course, I would really doubt that Nintendo would do anything like that with such a simple item. It's purely for decorative purposes, like a lot of the holdable items in this game, but it is really neat. And of course, like I mentioned, you will be able to equip it to your tool menu and access it anytime you want. So this really could add a kind of nice little extra spark to your Halloween costume, which would be nice. We do already have a lot of great Halloween items in the game, so this is just kind of a nice new addition. I definitely didn't expect that they were going to add Halloween items in this latest update. I thought they would save that for another update, but here we are, a new Halloween related holdable tool that you can get in the game by time traveling now, or you can wait for the month of October, which is actually approaching on us faster and faster, so I'm looking forward to getting these new items. Now, one that was actually data mined within the latest update but isn't quite available yet, and we're still unsure on the details, is this new type of light stick. Now, Dodo Codes, which has done a lot of the data mining reports for Animal Crossing New Horizons, reported that a new type of light stick was discovered in the game's code, and this actually happened to be a more colorful version of the current one we've got. As you can see, it is defined as light stick colorful. Now, we already do have a light stick. It's that really cool item that I just showed off that you get during New Year's. So my best guess is that when we get our next update, this tool will be officially introduced into the game, and we will get probably more colorful versions of the light stick to enjoy. The one that we have currently is it just comes in yellow or white or whatever you want to call it, just the basic kind of light color, and it has a really cute animation. Don't get me wrong, I really do like this item, but I think it'd be nice if we had all kinds of different colors, and it would be a lot more fitting for New Year's in Animal Crossing New Horizons, which is a very colorful event. So my best guess for this one is that this will be a seasonal item introduced for New Year's. It'll probably be available on New Year's Day. Maybe Isabelle will give it to you, you know, maybe it'll be added as kind of a part of the little, you know, celebration that she's got. Maybe instead of just giving you this plain light stick, she'll give you a colorful one as well. Now the question is, will this come in a bunch of varieties of colors, or will it just be one new light stick that is just a lot more colorful and maybe shines a bunch of different colors? My guess is we will get lots of different types of ones, maybe like a rainbow of different colors to enjoy. I think that would make a lot of sense. It's interesting to me that we saw this tool because there's no images of it yet. You can't get it in the game. Even if someone has a treasure island, they can't get it yet. So we don't know for sure if this will even make it into the game, but I do think it's very likely. I mean, if you think about some of the recent items that Nintendo has added as a part of their seasonal updates, it would make perfect sense for them to add the colorful light sticks during the next update, which will definitely have to happen sometime before December, and of course before November as well, because obviously Turkey Day and Toy Day aren't programmed in yet. New Year's is programmed in, but that's purely because it was one of the events that was in the base game, not one of the events that was added in an update. Now, honestly, I do think we honestly are spoiled for tools and handheld items in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I know when it comes to the item department, New Horizons get a lot of flack, and I'm not going to disagree with that, I totally agree. But when it comes to the handheld items and tools, I'm personally very happy with them. I think we have a ton that are really great. We have a bunch of balloons, we have the beans, we have megaphones, we have flower petals, we have little trick-or-treat baskets, we have all kinds of food. We honestly have so much, and I'm really happy that they've decided to add so many handheld tools to the game. Now, I know that these items might not be as exciting as actual new tools, like let's say maybe the silver versions of the tools we had in past games, but personally I love them, especially when there's actually a nice little animation and interaction with them, rather than them just being static. Of course, the food items have actual functionality. They increase your food meter so you can get more energy, and I really loved that. I thought that was a really nice detail, and it's always great to see more of these items added to the game, because even if they don't do anything sort of in terms of interactions or do anything for your character in the game, they definitely add a nice element to your character that's just really fun and cute. You know, they're nice on an aesthetic level, so I definitely like them a lot. And I'd love to hear in the comment section down below, what do you think about these 3 new tools? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and what is your favorite handheld item in Animal Crossing New Horizons out of all of them? Definitely share your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear more. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below so I know that you did. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications. If you want to help support my channel, consider becoming a member of the Bob's Gang. You can click the join button down in the description or the join button on my channel to learn more and get a whole bunch of cool perks if you do decide to become a member.